Episode 3 now, back on the 54. We're gonna finish up the metal work, finish up the cab, get the front end on. Let's get to it. Some gaps down here. I think I'm gonna trim this piece a little shorter, try to pinch this back into here, and then weld that, and then start building some kick panels here and some fillers there. Let's get after it. Last time we welded the firewalls together, so now I'm going to come this way, trim this back, and trim, I guess, the 54 firewall. And then we're going to get this kick panel out of there because we're going to have to extend that out and cover all this area. And plus on the inside they've been hacked up. So we'll get those panels completely out of there and rebuild it all. So I got that inner panel out. I'm starting with my poster board again. Got it so meet this lip. I need this lip still for the door seal. And then this will cover down there. And then on the outside, that wasn't part of the plan. On the outside it'll cover here and then follow up the firewall. Got the poster board traced to the sheet metal, got it somewhat fitting for the meantime. Got a couple self tappers in there just to hold it. I think I'm gonna have to trim it a little bit more, and then I'm gonna start throwing some tacks on it and just hammering it in as I tack it in, but it should fit pretty decently. So I got the inside ground down, just threw some primer and paint in there just to keep it from rusting again. I'm gonna do some plug welds on the inside and weld the seam. And I think we're good to go. Start throwing some tacks on there, and then I'll just form it more as I go. This all will be covered in the inner fender, and then this will all be under the hood, and then the inside will be all covered by dash and carpet and whatnot. So it doesn't have to be the prettiest panel. So got a couple plug welds in there. Was on my way tacking this down, and I just ran out of welding wire. So that sucks. I'll have to go get some more. Got some more wire. Let's load it up. Start welding in this firewall. So we got the last little bit of the firewall fitted. I am also done the passenger side. Did this one a bit different. I only went halfway, one because it wasn't as rotted on the inside, and it's really all I had to do, so I'm gonna make this patch bigger. And that's all sealed up. This hole I gotta leave. It'll be for the HVAC box, the fresh air intake, which I'll have to build something to make it suck air out of the fender, I think, rather than the engine bay. Because this had, I guess this is the last bit, it had like this big shelf on it for the Envoy, and that's where your wiper cowl was, and it got the fresh air through the wipers. So I'll have to do something different on this. I'm not sure what I'll do, but once the fenders are fitted and whatnot, that's a later problem. I'm gonna take this last little bit of that shelf thing off, and then I guess we'll put the cab back down on the mounts and probably start fitting some fenders. Got the fenders and the grill in. They're covered in snow. I'm gonna let them defrost for a while. Try to clean up this mess a bit. I think I'm gonna throw the front tires on and push the whole truck back a bit, right up against. Got the truck moved back. Still left enough room for I to walk back there. The wheels on. The cab is finally mounted and bolted into place. Man, it looks cool. Moving on to the front section is, I guess, a pretty big step. It means the main fabrication of the cab is done. I know there's still tons of whatever, rust repair, whatever this is. I gotta fix that, finish up some odds and ends. I got days of grinding to do, but just the fact that the two cabs are now one cab is a big milestone in my books. I'll take that any day. So we're gonna rip these tires back off, put it back on the stands. I still gotta finish cleaning all this shit, but put it back on the stands and then start fitting this front end. We got so much room up here to work now. So I've been just sitting here staring at this thing for the last 20 minutes. Honestly, don't even know where to start. I feel like I should put the hood on and match the hood to the cab and then match the fenders to the hood. But I'm gonna try to solve this rad issue. Got the original core support here, and there's a hole under that ice. I'm supposed to go back to that hole. Can't even get close because I'm already hitting that frame rail there. So that's not going to be an option. And I can't just slide this rad in because it's hitting these brackets. So I think my first step, I'm going to take the grill back off. I'm going to cut whatever's left of this, rid of these mounts. And then I should be able to slide the rad in there. And then it's still going to be tight to fit a fan in there still, but at least if I get it in there, I could start taking measurements and see if it's possible to get a fan in there. I mean, I could go to a smaller radiator that would fit from like here to there, but then I don't know how tall it's going to be and make custom lines and everything. And I really want to make this AC condenser work as well because I want AC in the truck. But we are definitely tight for room. But let's get this grill off. I think that's just where I gotta start. So I got those bars welded or grinded off the grill, and it does technically fit. It's gonna be tight. I can notch these on both sides to bring the fenders more in, but my biggest issue is I don't know how I'm gonna get a hose on that bottom rad hose before it hits the frame right there. Yeah, this is gonna suck. It's tight. I'm gonna probably call it a day. Look into some other options for rads, maybe some other hose options, other condenser options. Take some measurements, and I don't know. This one, we have to ponder on this one for a little bit. Kind of realized it really doesn't matter if the rad fits or not. I need to get the front end on first. So I brought the hood in, just slapped the hood on there for the meantime. I love these trucks, love these front ends. So that looks awesome. Pumped about that. Unfortunately, I gotta call it a video here. I'm trying to keep my videos under 15 minutes-ish. So we got the cab done, front end just thrown on for now. Next video, we'll start building some mounts to the front end, and we'll see how far we get with that. Might readjust the rad again in that video. But yeah, front end next video, so come back for that. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good stuff.